Raids must be met with raids. State attorney generals that are Republican have to authorize raids against Soros groups, BLM, Planned Parenthood, the Alphabet Mafia, groomers, chemical castration of children now. Here's why. 100 facilities should be raided by the next week. Find them. You trying to tell me there's not 100 criminal organizations that are aiding and abetting people across the southern border? La Raza, we know them. They publicized it. I'm not saying you have to arrest them. Just raid them. Find out what you find. Why? That will all of a sudden make them and their internal chatters, guys, you were so stupid. You raided Trump. Now they're coming after us. Good. Now you know there's a price to this.
True leadership means doing things that some people will say, oh, you can't do that. A leader makes that calculation and says, I think I need to do this now, and history will judge me. God will judge me.
Yes.
And that's what I would say about Mike Pence on January 6th. In other words, I could see people say, well, you can't do this. Other people said you can do this. Okay. The point is, that's when you show whether you are a leader, whether you take the temperature of history and do what is needed and let God judge you and let history judge you. We need those kinds of leaders now because we are in a war. We need a wartime consigliere. That's where we are. And if you don't understand that, you're done. You're done. We can't use you anymore. Both of us are Christians and we take our orders from Jesus. So we are not talking about doing anything like saying, well, you know, these are difficult times and we need to do what we need to do. We're not only really saying that, we're saying that on top of saying that, what is God's will? God gave us this nation. He gave us liberty and he gave us the obligation to keep the republic. We have an obligation. So anybody who's a Christian who feels that, well, that's not playing nice, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, we're not talking about civility, or we're talking about fighting for what is right. And the question is only in this detail of how do we do that? But there are many people who say we don't fight. No, we don't fight. We wait till the election. If you don't understand that there is a time to fight, there is a time to take dramatic action, and it is not only not violation of our Christian faith. On the contrary, it is a manifestation of our faith.
Yes.
It has to be.
It's a matter of justice. It's that simple. It's a matter of justice, which is God's idea, not our idea. And if we're not going to uphold justice, which is one of the core values of the American constitutional order, then the whole thing falls apart. Our entire system is inspired by the Bible. It is based on God's will and providence breathing into our life. And if we're just going to kind of sit idly by and do nothing, this is what drives me nuts, though, Eric, is that only a pampered, comfortable, self-righteous, arrogant, weak, theologically questionable Christian generation could believe such a thing. Our grandfathers and our ancestors were Christian, and they knew if they had to fight evil, they did. And so why are you willing then to inherit the gift, but not willing to preserve it?
If you are not angry about this, if you don't want to do something about this, you're part of the problem, folks.
That's right.
Folks, you are part of the problem. You are in bed with evil if you are not outraged at these things happening in the United States of America. If you just want business as usual to continue, you lack courage, and God will judge you and history will judge you for this. And there were many good Germans who did exactly this. They looked the other way when God would have said, please now look at what is happening. Please do a small thing now. They said, I'm going to look the other way.
Yep.
You will regret it for the rest of your life if you don't do something right now.
That's right.